Welcome to my new backdrop. Say something nice about it. What's your favorite part about it? Yes.
I like the moon.
This is my new bunker. I hope you guys enjoyed being here with me, okay? So with that being said, we're just going to jump into it. Do you know the fastest way to lose money?
Fastest way to lose money.
Fastest way to lose, you're like, get a dog, have a child. I don't know. In this economy, so many things. But I'm gonna give you one trend. Amazon famously lost $13 million per hour during Prime Day. Do you know how? I mean, it's Prime Day. Everything's on sale. They didn't lose it because the discounts were so damn steep, okay? How did they lose that much money? Or there were a few ways that people have lost millions of dollars in the span of just minutes. It's not a stock price crashing. It's not cryptocurrency getting rug pulled. It's a freaking data center. A data center goes dark. They lose electricity. They lose power. And apparently it happens a lot. And sometimes it'll be like the dumbest shit ever. They say it's almost never a serious reason that a data center loses power. It's always someone accidentally unplugs something. There was an incident of a cat getting into a data center causing chaos. Things were getting unplugged. Shit was going down. Someone leans onto the emergency power shutdown button, which these are real stories. So if you had a shitty day at work, just know that you're not the one that, okay, but imagine you are the one that leaned onto the emergency power shutoff center and cost the company millions of dollars. This is a rumor. Okay, I'm just the messenger. In 2013, Google decides that they're going to open up this massive data center in Taiwan. And you're like, Stephanie, why are we going off about data centers? They're not sexy. Just wait, it's about to get really sexy. Not in a good way. There were these data centers that were going to open up in Taiwan by Google. They're going to put up nearly, I think, $600 million into the infrastructure. It's a big freaking deal. But before they open, people noticed something very strange happening. Some people who were nearby said, they claimed, I saw the weirdest thing today, honey. I saw, maybe there's a reason. I saw a bunch of monks going into the data center. And I was just thinking, I thought that was a little weird. What are they doing at the Google data center? You don't think that's a little weird?
That is weird.
It is weird. I mean, it's not illegal. It's not inherently suspicious. It's just weird. What business do monks have at a data center? I don't even know what Google employees do at a data center, let alone monks.
Maybe they're like coders on the side.
That's actually so cute.
Can monks be coders? That's a good question.
I mean, it could be a hobby. Google had specifically asked the monks to come to the data center to bless the data center. Okay, you think it's funny? There are so many pictures of monks blessing data centers.
Really?
It's not just one picture. It's not just two pictures. I saw too many pictures for my comfort. There are pictures of Catholic priests at data centers blessing. Do you know how goofy a picture is when you see a Catholic priest full robed up? And it's just a bunch of metal boxes in front of them with like DVD looking ass players in there.
It's computers.
Just like computer servers. And they're just like praying over the computer servers. And you're like, what is happening right now? So usually Buddhist monks will perform a traditional blessing ceremony in like new restaurants, new opening businesses to bless the area, which Google had monks come in to reflect the local customs. They're like, we wanna immerse ourselves into the cultural integration of the region that we are infiltrating, going into. So we gotta make sure that the monks come and bless our data centers. This isn't even new. Apparently there was a gaming company. Their game's about to be released. You know what the worst thing a gaming company can face? Well, there's two really bad things. Is that nobody is on their game servers because nobody's playing their freaking game. Or two, too many people are on their game servers that it crashes. That's it, okay? Those are the two things. This gaming company wanted to ensure that their new game wouldn't crash during publishing day. So they brought the company's computer servers. They brought it on a little dolly to a temple for the monks to perform a blessing ceremony. I think it's the spiritual mixed with the overly advanced technology that's making it create a weird visual in my head. There was a netizen that said, I have seen an Orthodox priest spray server rooms with holy water and it crashed every single daemon. By the way, a daemon is apparently a computer program that runs in the background of a computer server, and it crashed it all.
But it's all the daemons?
All the daemons. But in this case that we are talking about today, no amount of holy water, no amount of blessing ceremonies will be able to cleanse you once we are done here. Because this is the story of the Hong Kong stalking monk. The Hong Kong stalking monk. Which, do you know there's another way that you can lose tons of money? And it's by not enjoying yourself. By not having a good time when the lights go off. When the night sets in, the lights turn off, you're above the age of 18, it's time. Because, you know, all that pent up frustration with life, that pent up energy with life has got to go somewhere productive. And you gotta really... Where am I going with this?
Where are you going, honey?
The tension. And one of my favorite ways to do that is with Lilo's Enigma Double Sonic. Double Sonic? Double the power, double the fun. I love working with Lilo because Lilo represents peak luxury in the wellness industry, which is why I need to tell you guys about their best-selling personal massagers. Lilo has transformed the look, feel, and function to all their products, and all in all, Lilo just elevates the level of luxury and intimacy. A site-wide favorite, but also a personal favorite of mine, is their Enigma Double Sonic, which comes in 2 colorways. They got the black for the classic sleek look, or you could go for like the deep rose. I'm just gonna be so real with you. It doesn't matter what color you get. You're not even gonna remember the color. You're gonna see all the colors. You're gonna be like, oh my gosh, what color was his shirt? I don't remember. Uses deep sonic technology because sometimes life is deep and it's about reaching notoriously interesting spots to reach. You know, it's good for if you're alone. It's also good for if you have a partner. This is a great gift also for yourself, for your friends that are above the age of 18. And it's fully connected to the app, so the opportunities are endless. So this is your reminder that you deserve to release the world's tensions. And this time it's even more special because it's available at a discount for the first time ever. Lilo's Black Friday discounts start October 31st, and they're giving you VIP passes to shop for huge discounts right now. But that's just the beginning because Lilo loves you guys. You guys can use Stephanie Lilo 20 to get 20% off before the sales even start. So hurry to the link below to claim these offers before they're gone and unlock pleasure like never before. And thank you, Lilo, for sponsoring today's episode, and let's get into it. So this was a story that my husband was telling me about, and I was so intrigued. We were in the shower, and he was telling me about it, and it was like the quickest 5-second story. He was like, oh yeah, I heard this the other day, and I thought you'd be interested. And I was interested. I was so intrigued, I couldn't even go to sleep. I was thinking about the logistics of it. Like, how did this happen? How does one get to this point? And here are the 10 rules to get to that point. Here are the 10 rules of becoming a monk. 1, do not kill any living being. 2, do not steal or take what is not given. 3, abstain from all sexual activity. 4, do not lie or speak falsely. 5, do not consume alcohol or intoxicants. 6, do not eat after midday. 7, do not wear perfumes, ornaments, or adorn yourself. 8, do not engage in watch entertainment such as singing, dancing, or music. 9, do not accept or handle gold, silver, or other valuables. And 10, do not use high, luxurious beds or seats. Which is such an interesting one, number 10.
Yeah, because it's about like without having attachment to these like expensive humanly things. So it's like don't focus on these like fancy stuff. It's all about living a very simple life.
It is very enlightening. I think it is enlightenment. Now, October 2015, police burst through a temple in Hong Kong and they arrest a monk, put her in cuffs. Have you ever seen a handcuffed monk? People were shocked. What is going on right now? The monk that has been running the temple is a young, pretty woman, female monk, and as she's getting arrested, under her robes, they see, wait a minute. People are like, wait, is that woman wearing stockings under her robes right now? Who on earth is this monk? Which brings me to a celebrity. There's a celebrity in Hong Kong named Jing.
Yeah.
Do you know her?
Okay, so she is the way I know her. You know, she's a celebrity. She's like actress. She was famously catching monks on the streets.
wait, what do you mean?
So I seen video. No, like she. So she's not a monk herself, but she practices the Buddhism, right? And she volunteers at a lot of temples, and she realized there's a lot of fake monks on the street.
pretending to be monks to get money?
Yes.
So she's to catch a predator, but to catch a monk.
Yes. So I've seen viral videos of her, because how these like fake monks do it is that they always present it as, hey, you give me money, it will bring you good karma. So it's like, give me money, you're not giving me money, you're giving the Buddha money.
And you're giving yourself good karma.
Good karma. So people will be like, oh, here's $5, here's $10. That's why monks can go from places to place to get money or get food, because you're, collecting karma. So these people will do it, and then she will go up to them and they say, don't give him the money. And then she will force the monk to sing the I don't know the words in English, but they have a like a chant. I don't know how to say that. You say it, and if you can't say that, that's like the only thing you supposed to do, like on the daily basis, is practicing these your verses basically. If you can't even say that, then you're fake. So she will literally strip of their clothing because they're fake.
Yeah.
All they do is they buy a clothing, like bring a bowl and then shave their head and just scam people all day. And she would do this all the time on the streets. It's crazy the way that these people, you see them panicking, like, what do you mean? I'm real. Like,
I didn't even know that. I thought that she was just an avid Buddhist. That's how I know her from online. They say that she's a philanthropist and a Buddhist and very passionate about her causes, clearly very passionate.
Yeah.
Now, she one day comes across, so I guess she's catching these fake monks, like he just mentioned, but also she's trying to help the real monks. So one day she sees a female monk running this temple filled with other female monks, and she would pass out these flyers, the main female monk. And she said that, listen, this temple that I am in, it's hundreds of years old. It's basically like a historical site at this point, and the entire place is falling apart. We are broke. We don't have money. Nobody is donating to our temple. We need help. Otherwise, this temple will be gone. Let's be real. It's going to be gone, and it would be very sad if it completely fell apart and would be lost in history. Jing is like, maybe I want to help. She goes to the female monk. Her name, let's call her CD. And she's asking about the whole story of the temple. How did it become, like, how are you running it? What happened? Tell me everything. And CD's explaining, in 2015, we had this real estate developer that came to us and said, I'm going to do something crazy. I will pick up your temple and I will move your temple. I will move it. I will pick it up with a little crane, move it. Like, those giant spatulas? I'll just move it. I'm going to Uber Eats your temple to a new spot. It's no big deal. And I will pay you $13 million and I'm going to take up all this land because this land is very valuable. Everyone wants to build residential homes in this area. They don't want a temple. They want residential homes. And the CD says, absolutely not. No amount of money in the world could persuade me to do something like that. The temple was built on this land and it shall stay here on this land. And people said, whoa, this is the embodiment of a monk. Like, you're not supposed to care about money or wealth or external attachments. This woman is fucking serious. $13 million? I'm sorry. A lot of people would have said, you're right, just FedEx me the temple later. I'm gone. I'm counting my cash. But she did not. She did not even waver. Community members, they start getting moved by her story. They start donating money. And Jing is one of them. Jing is like, I don't even want to just donate money. I want to volunteer. I want to be around you. I want to understand how you got to this point. And you're just so inspirational. Jing is also an attorney. She's got a lot of good connections in Hong Kong. So Jing, she loses her husband around this point. CD is there to help her, guide her spiritually. And she's just so moved by all of this that she wants to do something in return for CD. And she says, you know what? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set up this whole little event. I'm going to call up all of my celebrity friends and say, hey, you come here down to the temple right the fork now, and you're going to donate to CD so we can fix this place up because she's doing good work here. And what are you doing? What are you doing at Chanel? Huh? Come on. All of her friends come and they donate collectively $86,000. That's a lot of money. CD is like, I don't even know how to thank you, Jing. You know what? I do know how to thank you. I am going to appoint you as one of the board of directors for this temple. Which is just a title, honestly. Like, you really don't have to do anything. Like, you could put that on your resume. You could put that on your LinkedIn. You could put that, I don't know, you could probably flex about it on a TV show. You're a celebrity. Just be like, I'm on the board of directors for this temple. Hee hee, so cool, right? Philanthropist. But then you find out Jing is not the type of person to do that. Jing is not the type of person to just get a name and title and not do anything about it. She is coming in hot. Like this becomes her 9 to 5. This becomes her 5 to 9. This becomes her 7 to 9 before her 9 to 5. She's in that temple every single day, all up in CD's business. Like, okay, so when are we going to fix this leak in the ceiling? Okay, so what are we doing with the donations? And CD is like, oh my goodness, you are giving me a headache. I'm trying to run this temple and you're all over here, all up in my business. You're breathing down my neck, lady. Now, Jing is at this temple. And one day, she's like, I gotta go to TV. I gotta go out, be on a TV show. You know the drill. And CD is like, that must be nice. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know what she says. But Jing explains to her, I gotta go do this TV thing. But maybe I have to stop by the house because my feet are hurting. The shoes are like the worst type of shoes that I could have chosen for this. And my feet just ache and I don't really want to go. And CD is like, I got you. Don't even worry about it. She comes out of her little office with a pair of Clarks. She plops them down on the table and Jing is looking at them like, huh? Am I seeing what I'm freaking seeing right now? First of all, Clarks are not cheap. Second of all, Clarks are leather shoes. Genuine leather shoes, which are kind of pricey. But first of all, monks are known to wear fabric shoes because leather is the hide of an animal and they don't eat animals. They don't
kill animals.
Kill animals.
Monks are not supposed to kill any lives.
Yeah, they're not supposed to kill living things, right? So the fact that she's pulling out these genuine leather little boots is kind of bizarre. Jing thinks it's strange. But CD just tells her, don't even worry about it. I have like 20 pairs of those shoes. And now she's thinking, okay.
Weird flex.
Yeah, that's like a really weird flex. Not only do you have one pair, like you took the whole cow. I thought you're not even supposed to kill a cow. And you took a whole squadron of cows. Why? What is going on? And also, why do you have 20 pairs of the same shoes? This is odd. This is very odd. But she doesn't say anything because I guess she doesn't really know what to say, but she logs it up here. Jing, she's got like a Rolodex up here. She scrolls through them. She writes it down and then puts it away for the next one. And then the next thing happens, This is very weird. But under her robes, monks have very specific pants that they use. And I believe they're like very organic cotton. Like I think they use very specific fabrics. But she wears stockings under her robes, which people think is weird. Very weird. Feels very sexual for some reason. That's what a lot of people said. That's what a lot of Hong Kong netizens said. Like, why? Why the stockings? It's just such a weird choice, okay? Mixed with the leather shoes. What's going on? And then she keeps complaining to Jing. Working at this temple is so hard because so many men want to sleep with me. And Jing is like, okay, first of all, you're supposed to abstain from sex. This is very weird. But she keeps bragging. I mean, they just go crazy for me. Truly, they're foaming.
And they're not even supposed to talk about sex.
Yeah.
Like, it's like a very forbidden subject.
But she's like, hee hee ha ha. And she's so happy, and they're just foaming at the mouth for me. They're obsessed with me. I mean, it's just out of this world. And she points at another female monk and she's like, that monk also gets hit on by a lot of men. I think it's like a fetish for some men. But, for her, still nothing compared to what I went through when I was her age. I mean, trust me, she gets like a few people who hit on her a day. When I was younger, I had to change my phone number multiple times. No, it was nonstop, relentless. They love me. Boys love me. It's like, okay, Jing is like, this is so weird. Some people do want to sleep with monks for the thrill. Like they try to. I think some people test it to try and see like, I don't believe you. I bet I could. And then you're like, okay, seriously, bro?
And I think monks are, because they're forbidden from sex, it makes it like forbidden
fruit. Honey.
No, but like it's true. Like my core memory movie
okay.
Like it's a classic Chinese movie.
Okay.
It was like monks that practice kung fu on the mountain. So temples are usually on the mountains. Traditional temples are all boys or guys. And then I think the one that she's from is all women, right? But like traditionally it's all men, and then just a bunch of like monks, they wake up, they practice kung fu, and they chant the thing, they eat like their meals. And then one of the movie was like two boys saw a woman like showering in the river, kind of closed, I think, like she has clothes on, but she's showering. And then the boys are like, like never seen before. And then I think they even developed some romantic relationship. Like it was so weird because it's like, you know, they never taught anything about, you know, birds and the bees and
I see.
So it's like there's that forbiddenness for some people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I do, but that made me nervous. This whole conversation is making me nervous. Guys, don't go out there tempting monks. Don't do it. I will be very disappointed in you, okay? I will no longer support your activities. Now, there is a female live streamer. This is a side story that I have to go off on because this is the craziest story I've heard in a while. There was a female streamer, and this is just to show you that sometimes weird things happen in life. There was a female streamer who sells real wood furniture in China. This is oddly specific. And this guy comes onto her live stream.
Oh my God, is she an influencer?
Yes, she's a live streamer. She's an influencer.
Oh my God, I know
and
this.
This guy comes in and just buys a bunch of furniture. It's a lot of furniture. And this is like a top subscriber, a top customer of hers instantly. And she's so curious, like, who is this person who just bought so much real wood furniture?
I think that the customer spent like $1 million or something crazy like that.
200K USD, probably like 1 million RMB. And so he starts messaging her, asking her for her contact information, which she gives it because why not? You know, and this is like her top client right now. A few months later, they decide that they're going to meet up. Again, nothing too crazy. The live streamer shows up to the meeting spot and a few things, you know, she's like, wait. I'm so confused. I was expecting a businessman because who drops 200K on furniture? I was expecting suited up daddy from, I don't know, the Wall Street of China. But instead she sees a bald man in robes, a monk. And she's like, what? Either way, they get a hotel room and they do it. They do it. Yeah, they do it. And she goes home to her husband. She's married. And he's like, what did you do with your top sub? Don't lie to me. And he starts digging and she confesses, okay, fine. I slept with a monk. And they start digging together. They're like, what's the monk's name? What's his username? They start Googling this monk and they go, wait, this monk is not just a regular monk. He's a famous monk.
No way.
He's famous. He's like the vice president of a monk association. I think he's been interviewed before to talk about being a monk.
Oh
I mean,
my God.
They look at each other and the husband says, that's a fat piece of meat right there. Which, whoa, sir. That's how he describes it. And he convinces the wife, you have to sleep with him again. Just do it for us, baby. Okay? You already did it once. Do it another time. Tell him to come to our city. They go to the hotel. The husband set up cameras all over the hotel room, records the whole thing. They do it. Okay, they get the footage and they hold on to it.
Oh, they do it?
Yeah, they do it.
Oh, the husband let them do it again.
I mean,
I thought the husband was gonna like jump in. Like
I thought so too. I thought he was gonna be like, baby, no.
Yeah.
But no, he just is like, baby, yeah.
Okay, this take a really weird turn. Okay.
Yes. You know, that's why they say there's always that hotel chair that faces
Oh
the...
my goodness.
Just kidding. They do it. And then they wait a few months later. Then they fly to the monk city and she calls up the monk and is like, hey, I want to see you again. They meet at a hotel room and then this time the husband pops out and it's like, you're sleeping with my wife? No, I'm not. And he's like, no, I'm not sleeping with your wife. That's crazy. Look at me. I'm a monk. And he's like, oh yeah? Then what's this? He pulls up the footage. They start negotiating and they say, you are going to pay me $300,000? I'm a monk. I don't have... $300,000. Here you go. Don't tell anybody. Here's $300,000. He gives them the $300,000. How does a monk have that much money? 2 years later, the husband decides, you know what? I kind of want some more money. He calls up the monk and the monk ignores the husband. He's like, I already gave you the hush money. I'm not taking any of your calls. Have some dignity. Hangs up the phone. Okay, husband is upset. He finds a friend that's also in the monk community. It's like a monk that is friends with the monk. Wait, why did I say it like that? But like, you know what I mean. I don't know if they're in the same temple, but they're close to each other. And he tells him, hey, you go get that famous monk, get the VP monk, and have him come out and talk to me man to man. Okay, monk comes out. And this time he says, I want 500K USD.
Dang.
And the monk is like, I don't have 500K USD. This is insane. I don't have nearly anything close to 500,000 USD. You took everything I had 2 years ago. You can't just keep coming back. And they go back and forth, back and forth, and back and forth. And then finally, the monk gives him 490,000 USD. They negotiated down to 490,000 USD. And he wants a written agreement that this will be the last time the blackmail happens. He pays 30% up front and he's like, I'll get you the rest later. That night, the monk lays down in bed and he's like,
I'm going to hell.
Okay, that too. But he's also like, I don't know, this doesn't feel right. So he picks up his phone and he calls the police and he says, they're blackmailing me. So the cop arrests the husband and wife for blackmail. News breaks. There's only 4 questions netizens have. First question, how does a monk have that much money to spend on furniture? Second question, how does a monk sleep with a live streamer? Third question, how is he sleeping with a married woman? Fourth question, how does he have so much money to play the blackmail? That's it. Just those 4 questions. Okay. We never got answers to any of them. None of the answers, nothing has been resolved. I feel very upset.
So because monks are not supposed to have any money.
Yes.
Like they ask the community for food and donations. The dude just pull out $1 million cash. Yeah. Like, here you go.
Like, boom. And what is he doing with this real wood furniture? Like, it's just all sorts of crazy. So yeah, there have been some weird things that have happened before. Now, CD it's not that weird. She's just talking about how guys want to sleep with her. Jing thinks it's weird, but it's not the weirdest thing she's heard on the news. Now, CD is also talking about the older monk that she has to take care of. So the way that she inherited this temple that she's in charge of with all these younger female monks is she had befriended and gotten into Buddhism through this older monk who was managing a bunch of temples. And as he's getting older, he can't really manage them anymore. So he said, I want to give you the biggest temple. My prized possession, not possession, but like, this is the temple that I have spent my whole life in. And I think that you would be amazing at continuing on the good deeds of the temple. I think you are just a star monk. And she said, no, I can't accept. That's just too much. I'm a novice monk. There are people who have been doing this much, much longer than I have. And I'm undeserving. Just give me... I'll take that one. I know that one's struggling. It's run down. It's not in an optimal location right now, and people aren't coming, and the ceilings are falling apart. The walls look like they've been shredded through a paper shredder. I think I can try to manage that one. It's not much, but I'll do my best. She takes over that temple, and she's also caring for this older monk. So she's washing him, bathing him, doing all these things, and making sure that he's in good health. And, Jing is just taken aback, kind of like, whoa. Because as she's talking about the monk, when she's talking about the monk in front of other people, the older monk, this is how she's talking about him, like very uplifting, all of these amazing things. And then behind closed doors, she tells Jing, his piss is really thick. Like his piss is so thick and smelly, I have to wear gloves when I wash him. And Jing is like, that's kind of mean. That's kind of mean. I don't know what else to say. It's just kind of mean. It's not nice.
Yeah, and usually like it's about the respect. It's not just respect. It's like usually the head monk in charge is like the embodiment of, you know what I mean, the religion. Like they are the spirit of the Buddhism. Like you cannot disrespect the spirit of the Buddhism. So she's like she didn't care. Like she's not really practicing, you know.
So Jing is like, this is very weird, but I've already introduced all my friends to this girl, to this monk. She introduced Elaine, who is Jackie Chan's mistress, or was at one point. It was a whole thing. Okay, anyway, she gets involved in the temple too. And Elaine is like, hey, Jing, that monk that you introduced me to, she's weird. And she's like, how so? What do you mean? What do you mean she's weird? She keeps trying to set me up with this businessman. I mean, aren't monks all about these types of like not having these humanly connections. And now she's like, oh, he's cute. You should date him. He's really cute. I just think it's weird. Elaine tells Jing, and the two of them, they start sharing their separate stories of how odd it is and how is it possible? Because they just had this fundraising event. They got $86,000 and the whole place is still falling apart. Every day it's falling apart even more. So Jing starts looking into the bookkeeping because she's been made a board, like a chairman of the board. And in 2009, she looks at the bookkeeping that's all just like pen and paper. The miscellaneous spending in the temple was $2,000. Which is like, okay, it makes sense. Maybe they had to buy like random paper clips, toilet paper, all these miscellaneous things, right? But then in 2015, that number jumps to $160,000 US. Huh?
Dang.
I mean, what is miscellaneous? I don't know. What could be that expensive and miscellaneous? At that point, it should have its own category. Like, what could you be possibly spending that much on miscellaneous items for? Is miscellaneous a designer brand? Okay, she looks further. The next line, it says $350,000 on fixing temple cost. Jing is looking around. The whole place is falling. There's not even AC in here. Jing is sweating. Her sweat is about to ruin the ink on this ledger. What do you mean you spent $350,000 on the temple? That's what it says in the bookkeeping, but the ceiling is falling apart. The walls are peeling off. The drums that they use and beat every day, there's like holes all over them. They look like Swiss cheese. So she's like, obviously, you're not spending $350,000 fixing up this temple. It doesn't make any sense. Where is the $350,000? Jing starts going through the receipts. And or the ones that she could find, and she's like rummaging through them, and she's looking for, okay, where is this cost? Where's the renovation cost? And she finds this one receipt. The ultimate bottom line of that receipt is $1,500. $1,500? Who spends that much in one setting? She looks at the top. At a lingerie store? The itemized receipt shows 2 bras, 2 corsets, and a few undies. How much are these undies? Are they made of solid gold? Who spends that much money on lingerie? What kind of monk spends that much money?
No, yeah, like...
No, period, but also a monk.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's crazy.
But this receipt has been filed under fixing the temple cost. Which temple? Which temple, girly pop? Which one are we talking about? I didn't know we were talking about that one. Like, what does that even mean? She's spending money on skincare, makeup, massages, massage wands. Not the Lilo kind, thankfully, but because she's a monk. But like massage wands, like I don't know, like a Theragun. Hair curlers.
Which hair?
What are you curling, girly pop? Which hair at which temple are you curling? Blow dryers. There are receipts for gold shops. This is the same year that she claims she doesn't have money for electricity bill at the temple, okay? Now, I don't know how Jing notices this next thing. This is how I imagine it. This is how I wish it happened, because gold. Okay, she's walking through the temple one day, and there's monks running around, and they're coming in and out of the rooms. And then it's hot, it's a sweaty day. It's like the middle of June. They're in the mountains. Oh my God, sweat dripping down her face. Her robes are just like drenched right now, right? And then all of a sudden, someone opens the door to one of the rooms and then closes it, and she gets a whiff of ice cold air. And she's like, whoa. Where is this Arctic freeze coming from? What is that? She looks at the door. It's CD's office. Let me investigate. Breaks into the office. AC pumping nonstop. AC pumping nonstop. The whole temple doesn't have AC. Everyone is sweating in there. CD is never sweating. Her stockings are never moist. It's always dry. It's always crisp. Maybe it's the lack of hair, I don't know, the breeze, but she has this secret hidden office in her temple where there is an AC installed and it's blasting Arctic freeze. So Jing is like, okay, I've had enough. I'm gonna hire a private investigator because we gotta look into this girl. This girl is weird. CD is weird. What is she using this lingerie for? And now that I think about it, there were a lot of older female monks that were in this temple. She fired them all and replaced them with younger monks. I don't know. I would have a whole conspiracy. Don't let me be there because I would have a conspiracy, okay? Under her student's name, she also discovers, okay, because, you know, like I said, monks are not supposed to have attachments to material possessions, worldly things, because they're better than that. And they really are. They're like above, you know, they're enlightened. And so she sees that under her student's name, like a monk student, CD had purchased a condo in Beverly Hills of Hong Kong. Full price, paid in cash, $5 million USD cash. Jing is like, the few millions I found is probably nothing compared to how much this woman is actually bringing in. This temple is like a moneymaker. This temple is probably the best investment Wall Street could make, but nobody knows about it.
Yeah, so this CD has paid $5 million. And then the other monk paid like $1 million
Yes.
to a streamer.
Yes.
Like, these monks are killing it.
Yeah, they should have a Forbes top 50 monks list.
Bro, crazy.
Yeah. I mean, okay, most monks they're good monks and they're not killing it. But these two specifically, power couple.
That we know of?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Crazy. Okay. So she hires PIs to follow her around now. She's like, I am so grossed out. I need to know more. And they start taking pictures of her, CD, while she's out and about. She'll put on a wig, blow dry it, curl it. She'll put on some lingerie and some clothes, a cap and a mask, and she'll walk around the mall. She'll leave her $5 million Beverly Hills, Hong Kong condo, go to the mall, walk around, buy all the designer items, all the designer goods she likes, just nonstop buying stuff. And then, of course, shopping is a very energy exerting sport. Then she gets hungry. She goes to the food court, sits down, orders pork beef nonstop. She's like, keep it coming. I don't care what cut. Get me the belly. Get me the shoulder. Get me the butt. Get me everything. I want a New York strip raw. Don't even fucking cook it. Let me just get the blood. I want to taste it when it was alive. They're not supposed to eat meat, like I said, okay? Done. She walks her leather shoes to her fancy ass SUV, drives back to the Beverly Hills condo, goes to sleep. Okay, but here's still one question that Jing needs answers. Because I can't sleep at night without this being answered. What the fuck does she need the lingerie for, though? That doesn't make sense to me, okay? The Jing looks into it. This monk is married. This monk is married twice. In 2006, she married a man. This is the same year she became a head monk in charge. The HMIC, head monk in charge, okay? Married a businessman, 16 years younger than her. He's also a monk.
Dude.
These two monks got married, which, just to clarify, if you're a monk, you can get married as long as you are no longer a monk afterwards. Like, you can return to normal life afterwards. There's no big deal. It's no biggie, right? But both of them are still monks. She pulls strings for him. He's still working in the same temple. But 7 years later, they get a divorce. And allegedly, it said that she only married him so that he could get Hong Kong residency papers. Then 2012, CD is 45. She marries a 38-year-old man, a teacher, who becomes a monk. Okay, after the marriage, he becomes a monk. Just think about how messed up that is. Just think about how messed up that is. Dude. He's another head monk now in the temple. Their roles, he's in charge of singing outside and she's in charge of collecting the money.
Crazy.
So GD is like, but this doesn't make any sense because I haven't really seen him at the Beverly Hills condo. So how are they meeting? Like, are they just sneaking off somewhere? But then someone would have seen it because, they're not even supposed to really be in the vicinity of each other. So how are they meeting? So Jing calls up the police because she's like, I've got enough now. I don't know. I was about to say, I don't know if embezzling money is illegal. No, it is. But she calls specifically. She's like, I know something that she did is illegal. Marrying someone to give them residency papers is illegal, and I know for a fact because Jing confronted CD about it. See, she was like, aren't you married? And she's like, oh, okay, let me explain. I'm such a good person, right? I just love being a good person, and these two men, they were gonna have to leave Hong Kong, and so I thought that I should just get them residency. I'm a virgin. Did I mention I'm so pure I'm a virgin? lost my train of thought because I'm such a pure good person. But I married them so that they could get the Hong Kong residency papers. So when Jing knows that, which by the way, Jing has been secretly recording a lot of conversations with CD. She calls up the police and says, "Hello, I'd like to report a crime. There is a monk in stockings." Okay? And she's illegally marrying men. You don't understand. So
Every time you say monkey in stocking, I imagine the Christmas stocking with a monkey inside. I'm like, a monk in stocking?
Because every time I say it, I imagine a monk that's stalking someone.
But the truth is,
she's wearing stockings.
monk wearing a rope, but underneath the rope is like these like black leggings.
Yeah.
That's the visual.
That's the visual, he said. Yeah. Okay. So all of this is crazy. The police come and they start raiding the temple and they find CD's little secret office. They burst in through the door. All the wood in CD's office is furniture made out of super fancy high-end red wood. Like think mahogany table.
Oh.
Ooh, she was
That's
probably buying
what-
from that live streamer.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The monks love that real wood. It's kind of crazy. Yeah. So her bed, all wood, mahogany bed, $11,000. I never understood wood.
So in China, the most high-end furniture is these real wood, like specific wood, red wood. They have a scent. They're like super heavy, and then it's like polished, and then you see those fancy ass carvings. Do you know what I'm talking about? Those crazy carvings. They can cost upwards of millions of dollars. And they'll get them put in the living room. We had some growing up, not the fancy kind, just
Okay.
like basic wood ones.
Yeah.
It's so uncomfortable. There's no cushions. Like you sit on there, literally your butt and back, every part hurts.
Wait, what's the point then?
Yeah, I don't know. Like old people love that. Like
Old
old
people eat it up.
Oh my god, they love it.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's so uncomfortable. And then like sometimes they make me sleep on it too, and it hurts. Anyway.
They don't put cushions on top?
No, not those like chairs and stuff. A lot of time it's like bare. You're just sitting on the
You're
wood.
like raw dogging.
Oh yeah.
Oh, no, she's got a mahogany wood bed for $11,000. All the food she eats, all very expensive food. Now, back to Jing. She's still confused. She knows that this girl did not get married the second time just for the Hong Kong residency to give to her husband. She knows something sus is going on because he was a teacher, became a monk, and now he's outside, beating the drum, and she's inside collecting the money. There's no way. It feels like a romantic relationship, but there's no proof because if they were sneaking off somewhere, someone would have noticed. A temple goer would have noticed. Another monk would have noticed. Somebody would have noticed. And as the police are searching CD's office, they find, now what is this? A secret door. They open the secret door and it leads to a tunnel. And they follow the tunnel. And it leads to his room. They're having secret under tunnel monk rendezvous in $1,500 lingerie. Bruh. Yeah, and it gets worse. As the police are investigating, they realize that she is overcharging rent on the deceased. She built 1,000 slots for cremated remains, and these are heavily regulated by the government. Like, you can't just decide to open up a graveyard tomorrow in your backyard. Like, you can't just be like, you know what, I'm going to start selling plots of land so that people can bury their loved ones. You cannot do that. Now, Jing confronts her, and CD states, somebody told me to do it. Like another donor told me to do it because I really needed the money for the temple to fix up the temple, but I didn't really have a choice. But I will never do it again.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah.
So okay. Right. Okay. So then she made a lot of money from the deceased.
Yes.
That is crazy.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Monk is all about like a cycle of life.
Yeah.
That's like probably the worst thing like she could do, but
and it gets worse. Before Jing had called the police, she later reports that CD realized that Jing is onto her. She's asking a lot of questions. She's digging her nose into things. She's figuring things out. And so she, on the sly, gifts her tens of thousands of dollars worth of high-end jewelry. Even for Jing's birthday, she gives her Bottega bags as a gift. Real, genuine leather Bottega bags. Jing confronts CD about the husband and she says, no, I'm still a virgin. Like, trust me. Anyway, she gets arrested. Once she gets into that interrogation room, she's like, wait, So it's illegal to marry someone, to give them Hong Kong residency papers, right? However, it is not illegal for a monk to get married. It's just technically not what you're supposed to do. But there's no law prohibiting a monk from getting married. So she said, you know what? I did marry out of love. And the police let her go. They let her go. They're like, okay, you're good to go, right? Which, side note, she's still in charge of the temple when she gets out because only the temple can kick out a monk. Like, the police cannot kick out a monk. The temple has to do it. Half a month after she gets out of prison or jail for like the one time she was questioned, the old man passes away. The old monk passes away. She goes back to collecting money and she goes back to all these other things. Older people that don't have access to the news, they don't know what happened, that she married somebody and it's a whole thing. But now everyone knows because right before the older monk passed away, he wrote a letter in 2019. He cried about how unjust his torture was. He said that this female monk blocked him off from the temple, won't let him talk to his other family members, other monks, other than the ones that she trusts. He believes karma will get her, but he's trapped and he's sad. She wasn't taking care of her. She wasn't washing him, nothing. Just let him rot. He said ever since he retired, she never took care of him, not even a single day, not even give him a single dollar. Jing realizes that CD is still out there, still collecting cash. She calls the police. Police come. They take over the entire temple, and she gets arrested for tax evasion, for using temple money for herself, assisting others, and staying in Hong Kong illegally. All of her belongings are taken away. They arrest the latest husband, and then all of a sudden, a man from jail comes out. Okay, well, he's actually free now. And he says, hey guys, hello, everyone. I just want you to know that I dated that monk. And everyone's like, wait, what? And he's like, yeah, I dated that monk before her current husband. Let me tell you. I live in a different city and I'm a real estate agent. She's a monk. And we started dating. She got an IUD because she was very scared of getting pregnant. We lived together for 13 months. I was a little bit drunk. She broke up with me and he does this thing where he refuses to break up peacefully. He says, this is crazy. He's also crazy for coming forward, okay? He says, yeah, so I blackmailed her to expose our relationship. I was like, I got private photos of you, the monk, and me, a realtor. I'm just saying, okay? I'm going to expose our relationship to the newspaper, which, by the way, fuck him, but you get the idea. And I just wanted $10,000. That's it. We negotiated down to $1,500. Which is what? 2 bras and 2 corsets for her, okay? Agreed. Going back and forth, met at a tea house. She had a wad of cash in an envelope. He had all their private pictures in an envelope. And they said, okay, 3, 2, 1, slide it into the middle of the table. Come on now. They slide it into the middle of the table and she snatches both. And she's like, guess what? The cops are outside. Cops rush in. She already submitted all the records for blackmail and extortion because being a monk, having intimate relations is not illegal, but blackmail is. Oh yeah, so she doesn't get arrested. Nothing happens. She doesn't get exposed. He gets 1 year in prison.
Damn.
Which like honestly deserved, right? But he tried to argue that he just wanted his relationship money back. Nobody believed him. But he comes out now and says, yeah, I dated that female monk. And the temple has since gone bankrupt. And I think that's the saddest part of this is because first of all, the female monks that she fired, well, obviously the older monk that she was abusing technically by not providing care and locking him away, isolating him. And then all the female monks that she fired. And then also this temple is hundreds and hundreds of years old. Had it been passed down to someone with good intentions, it would have never gone bankrupt. It would have stayed and it would have been a piece of history that could have forever been cherished for probably hundreds of more years as long as they fixed it up.
Yeah.
But instead it went bankrupt because of her.
Yeah. I saw the story was like the way even she got in was like she used to go to the temple just to pray and do whatever. And then she saw the other monks and she was like, huh, these monks live a pretty good life. Like all they do is, pray and then do nothing and which is not true. Like they live a very disciplined, like actually
insane,
hardworking life. Yeah. But she's like, that's so easy. I could do that. So she just decided to be a monk just because, she thinks that's an easier way to live.
It's insane.
Yeah, it's insane.
This is the craziest. Well, I don't know if she's crazier or he's crazier. Both of them are crazy. Which one do you think is more unhinged as a monk? Okay, I don't even want to call them monks because they're not really monks.
Yeah.
They're just weird people. What are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments. Make sure to check out Lilo, linked in the description. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.